push for a peace plan.
It's absolute necessity and principle of the U.S. foreign policy.
A meeting between the U.S. and Russia to reach an agreement. Winter storm strengthened.
Already upping the winter storm watch to a warning.
As it brings heavy snowfall on the East Coast. Surge of holiday thieves.
You want to make sure people are aware when their packages are arriving to their doorsteps.
How to keep Grinches from stealing your gifts. And one boy's kindness in action.
Doggies! For the doggies!
With his efforts to give back to dogs in need. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Paula Sirignano.
I'm Valentina Gaspari. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
After a meeting in South Florida, the push for peace in Ukraine heads across the Atlantic. The U.S. is ramping up efforts to broker peace between Russia and Ukraine. President Trump's lead negotiator Steve Witkoff is in Moscow today to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin, joined by Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner.
The trip follows weekend talks in Florida, where they met with top Ukrainian officials alongside Secretary of State's Marco Rubio. Washington is seeking an agreement on Russia's territorial claims and Europe's security promises to Ukraine. Zelensky was in Paris yesterday to discuss those guarantees with French President Emmanuel Macron.
So at this point, the reasonable thing to do would be to exert maximum pressure on Putin.
Zelensky says real negotiations depend on stronger pressure on Moscow as the Ukrainian president, now in Dublin, continues pushing European allies to keep Ukraine's needs front and center in the peace talks.
Among ruins of Gaza, a quiet but powerful milestone as college students return to class. CNN's Oren Lieberman has the story.
لا بصراحة الواحد ما كانش أبدا متخيل إنه يرجع للجامعة ويرجع يداوم. حتى الواحد كان عنده أحلام قاعد مستغرب إنها بدأت تتحقق شوية.
For 2 years, Gaza's students thought they would never return to school. Since the war began, schools turned into shelters for the displaced. Amid the rubble wrought by Israeli airstrikes, Gaza's Islamic University is now reopening.
كثير يعني محزن إنه أشوف الجامعة هيك بهالجمال بهالعمران بهالبنيان الحلوة إنها تكون مدمرة هيك.
More than 90% of the school and university buildings in Gaza were either damaged or destroyed by Israel's bombardment, drawing accusations of scholasticide. Education became virtually impossible. Israel has always maintained that Hamas embedded its military infrastructure within schools, an accusation the militant group has denied.
حاولنا بأقل الإمكانيات إنه إحنا نكمل لأنه إحنا عندنا هذا الشغف إنه إحنا بدنا نكمل وبدنا نكون إشي في المستقبل. بتمنى أصير مهندسة معمارية كبيرة وناجحة وأحقق كل أحلامي.
صراحة شعور كتير 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 ممتاز إنه إحنا كشعب في غزة يعود إلى حياته الطبيعية وأول ما عاد في غزة هو التعليم.
Oren Lieberman, CNN.
We have some breaking news. Former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez has been released from a U.S. prison following President Trump's pardon.
57-year-old Hernandez was sentenced last year for drug trafficking charges, serving a 45-year sentence. This comes just days after Trump announced his intention to pardon the former president, saying, quote, "He was treated very harshly and unfairly."
As the winter storms pile up on the East Coast, some experts say one can intensify into a bomb cyclone. CNN's Gerald Hubbard has the latest updates on how these storms are impacting the country.
The third winter storm in a week is dumping snow on parts of the central U.S. In the meantime, travelers still making their way back from their Thanksgiving destinations were at the mercy of the winter weather Monday.
Just roll with it, take a little extra time, and just expect delays.
While snowy weather spread over parts of Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri, reaching north into parts of the Great Lakes Monday afternoon, it's poised to deliver the first widespread snow of the season to the Northeast and New England.
Interior New England. This is the area we're concerned about, with potential for 7 to 11 inches of snowfall. Some of the Weather Service offices already upping the winter storm watch to a warning.
This new system following a previous one that jumbled travel this weekend, like this 45-vehicle pileup in Indiana Saturday, or this Endeavor Air regional jet that slid off a Des Moines, Iowa runway. Both the Indiana State Police and Delta Airlines say no one was hurt in either incident.
Just going down the landing strip, that's when the pilot hit a little bit of ice. And we just kept sliding.
In addition to snow in the north, it's rain that's going to be affecting the south, with an icy mix in Arkansas and record-breaking temperatures possible in the wake of the storm east of the Rockies. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Passengers are on the record this morning after a Delta plane veered off a runway, causing major flight disruptions. As Emma Stoner from WOI reports, it was Saturday night at Des Moines International Airport in Iowa.
A Delta plane coming from Detroit into Des Moines sliding off the runway onto the pavement Saturday night from icy conditions, according to airport officials. 2 pilots, 2 flight attendants, and 54 passengers, all without injuries.
Just going down the landing strip, that's when the pilot hit a little bit of ice. And we just kept sliding.
Passenger Teresa Rose tells Local 5 her and other flyers didn't get off the plane until over an hour after the plane slid.
Once we found out that's what was going to happen, we landed at about 9:45 p.m. and we did not exit the plane until about 11 o'clock p.m. at night.
Rose says passengers were unaware at first of what had happened, but once they were told, buses came to pick them up. From there, she says driving home in the storm was scarier than the plane veering off. Sean Morgan was another flyer on the plane who says now he can't get his checked bag.
I have no idea when our bags will get delivered to us.
He says he was told the bags had to stay in place while the National Transportation Safety Board starts an investigation. Just about 24 hours after that plane slid off the runway, passengers and flyers are sharing their experiences with us now, and some are even saying this is causing ripple effects, delaying their flights or canceling them altogether. Charisse Creighton says her son's flight is in limbo now, telling Local 5 she's debating on having him wait another day before flying into Chicago.
8 a.m. to 2, and then it was 2 to 2:18, 2:18 to 2:30, and so now we don't know.
Another set of parents say their daughter's flight from Chicago has been delayed 3 times, and they tell us landing concerns were communicated to them. In Des Moines, Emma Stroner, Local 5 News.
Money going into online shopping carts are reaching new heights this year, but consumer experts warn people might actually be buying less. The high dollar numbers are due to the impact of tariffs and higher prices from inflation. Some argue that it's part of the so-called K-shaped economy, with higher earners getting a boost from stock market investments and home valuations. However, long earners are increasingly living paycheck to paycheck.
Cyber Monday means online retailers will be slashing prices. And while you're busy grabbing deals, you don't want thieves to be snatching your packages when they arrive. CNN's Jen Sullivan has tips for protecting your items.
It's the season of giving, but for wannabe thieves, December is the season of opportunity as packages pile up outside people's doors. That's why experts say it's important to take extra security steps so Grinches don't grab your gifts.
We want to make sure people are aware when their packages are arriving to their doorsteps.
Richard Rocha with Amazon says the vast majority of their packages arrive without issue. But to help raise awareness about package safety, Amazon is partnering with the National Sheriff's Association this year. Last year, at least 58 million packages were stolen, and roughly 25% of Americans have been a victim. It's a crime that causes billions of dollars in financial losses a year, and these types of crimes tend to go up during the holidays. So what can you do to protect your packages? If you're not going to be home, FedEx and UPS allow you to deliver your packages to a different address. Out of town, the U.S. Postal Service will hold your mail for up to 30 days. Amazon allows users to use lockers for up to 3 days.
We have more than 25,000 locations across the U.S. where people can choose to have their packages sent, including a Whole Foods or one of our hub lockers that are available.
You can also leave instructions with your Amazon delivery driver, like request to have packages delivered behind your home. So what should you do if your packages are stolen? Rocha says call Amazon customer service. And security experts say most retailers will send you a new item, but they are getting stricter. You should also file a police report. And while security cameras can help catch the thieves in the act, law enforcement recommends not engaging with the thief. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
The Heat played a very intense game last night against the Clippers.
Yeah, a very intense game indeed, but that's still ahead, and so is the story.
He chose to help the doggy.
A 4-year-old boy is making a big change towards the future for stray dogs. Don't go anywhere. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
I could really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes?
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go, get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panthertech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Well, one kid is making a difference for the lives of our four-legged friends. On this Giving Tuesday, a 4-year-old boy from Michigan is giving dogs a new chance of life, and it all started from a school project.
Meet Easton Peterson. He started collecting bottles and cans for cash when he learned about dogs living in the animal shelter through charity work at school, which made him really sad. But with the help of his mother, Peterson has collected over 60 bags and $2,000 for organizations like the Canine Stray Rescue.
He's just a 4-year-old little boy. The ripple effect has been unbelievable.
He chose to help the
doggies.
The doggies.
Feed them off home.
Other businesses began to notice and also donate money for Peterson's cause. Easton and his family will visit the Canine Stray Rescue today to present the total amount of money raised.
After a disappointing loss against the Pistons, the Miami Heat were looking to find a home game win against the Clippers. Norman Powell faced his former team, leading the way with a red-hot 30 points, pacing the Heat's high-intensity offense. Miami trailed briefly, but exploded with a massive 30-2 run that flipped the momentum for the Heat. The final score was Heat 140, Clippers 123. Miami will head off to Dallas to face off against the Mavericks tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
And that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Paula Siriñano.
And I'm Valentina Gaspar. You get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.